Hello and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Millie and I love any makeup, especially shiny, shifty, and sparkly eyeshadows. And today I'm going to be talking about the best makeup I've tried in 2022 so far. I've done the reverse of this, so the worst makeup I've tried so far in 2022. That's already up and I will link it down in the description box in case you haven't seen it or you're interested in seeing some products that were not so great. So today I'm going to be really choosing the best of the best, like kind of the ones that really just piqued my interest, things that I thought were just really stand out, because there's so many products I've tried so far that have been really good. So I really wanted to be picky, because otherwise this would be like a 2-hour long video and I would just be pretty much talking about everything that I didn't talk about in the other videos. So for the most part, it's kind of like one product per category. So like one eyeshadow, one palette, one lip product, one blush product. There are a couple of categories I don't have included in here because I haven't really tried anything that stood out. For example, foundations. There were plenty of foundations in the previous video, however. So let's get right into it. I'm just going to start off with actually 2 brushes. I didn't really want to include anything that was too new in this video, but there are 2 products I have completely fallen in love with since I got them pretty recently. I've been pretty much using them non-stop every time I do my makeup, and it's hard for me to reach for anything else, so I'm going to mention those first. And the first one is this angled face brush from Sydney Grace. They did send this to me in PR. They came out with a whole brush bundle. There's some face brushes and some eye brushes, and this is a face brush, and I've been using this to bronze up my face with the other favorite product so far, which is from Charlotte Tilbury, and that is the Beautiful Skin Sun-Kissed Glow bronzer, which is this giant cream bronzer. It is a little bit like on the stiff side, but the way this brush applies this so easily, so effortlessly, I don't have any issues of any sort of like patchiness, nothing, just really easy to build up. I think these two just go together so easily, and these are like the newest to my collection from all the products that I'm talking about here, but I did want to mention them because it's extremely hard for me to find bronzers that suit my skin tone, because a lot of times things just tend to look too red or too orange and they just really look off, which is why I often opt for contouring instead of a bronzer. But this is a really great shade for me. I do have it on so you can kind of see it. I do have some like other blush on, but I have been kind of using this like in the perimeter of my face and here as well, and I love the shade. It is just really great, not too orange, not too red, and very buildable, blendable, just everything about it, especially with this brush, because I did not actually love this when I first used it with a different brush, I think, or was it a sponge? I don't even remember, but the moment I tried it with this brush, I was sold. So I love this brush, and I do still have to try out some of the other brushes from the collection because there was quite a bit of brushes actually, but this one was an immediate love. So next on to another brush. This one I bought actually in January. I finally bought it after seeing Rose and Ben Beauty use these all the time on her TikTok and Instagram, and this is actually from her brush brand, and this is the Rose and Ben, I think it's Rose and Ben Beauty, and this is the E27. I think it's called the Inner Corner Highlight. It's $22. It is a little bit expensive. It is synthetic. The shape is so unique. I think that there's actually Scott Barnes is something similar to it, but it looks like it's larger than this. This is a small little angled brush, but it is different from other angled brushes because it has a little bit of fluff to it. So this one you can actually kind of blend with a little bit if you wanted to, just like if you have a little bit of like patchiness or just sticking down of eyeshadow, and you can just kind of go back and forth. You can also use it on the inner corner like Rose uses it. I love to use it underneath my lower lash line. It's just so perfect for it, as well as doing eyeshadow wings. You've seen me use this brush quite a bit. I actually want to buy like 5 more of these because I need to have one clean at all times. It's just I reach for it so much, and it's super soft, especially in the like more sensitive area underneath my eyes. Love it so much. Next up is a face powder. I just bought this on a whim from Ulta Beauty. This is the Wet n Wild Bare Focus Clarifying Finishing Powder. They always have like the longest names. It says vegan collagen, tea tree, and vitamin E. I don't know about any of that, but this is a really great setting powder. I use this quite often to set the perimeter of my face, especially like my chin area, and this makes my makeup last really nicely without looking too matte, and also without separating throughout the day. I do have some issues with some separation, especially in this area with some foundations, but this one doesn't do that. I love it. I think I'm actually like getting down to the pan because you can start to see, can you see right there? You can see the like circle of the pan that's underneath. So I think I'm gonna hit pan on this, and that's definitely something I would repurchase because it is pretty affordable. I don't remember how much it was, but it was probably less than $10. So onto another face product. This is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. And this is an all-in-one primer and moisturizer. I know this is like an OG, holy grail, kind of just really well known around the beauty industry thing. And I finally tried it. I got this little like small size of it. I believe it was like $25 or $20, something like that. Well, I'm definitely buying the full size. I love the smell of this. It's not too strong, but it's not like really mild either. It definitely like dissipates after you put it on, but oh my god, this is such a beautiful moisturizing primer. I just love having this as like my go-to to just put on my face to moisturize and also prime before foundation, because I don't always feel like I have the time to kind of like do those two things separately. I also haven't really found primers that I love that actually like do anything, but this one just sits really nicely and I love it, so I'm definitely gonna be purchasing the large size. Next up, I have a brow product, and I've tried so many different brow products at this point. I do already have a bunch of similar products to this, but this one is definitely like a standout, and this is the Patrick Ta Clear. It's like the brow gel in this, and the little wand thing on it is really interesting. The only thing I don't like is that when you take it out, it does this thing where it's like stringy. I don't know if that's like translating. Let me see. Where's like an area where I can. Do you see that? Okay, there it is. That's the only thing, because then I'm like, it looks like a cobweb, and so I have to go like this and then like do my eyebrows. But I have that in my eyebrows right now, and I love it. It definitely sets down, so they do feel a little hard, but that's totally fine with me. Before this, I was using the ABH one that's like in the little pot, and honestly, that one is so bad. It never dries down. It stays kind of like slightly goopy, sticky in my brows, and my brows easily fall down. This definitely will make your brows last and stay up. I just love the look of my brows when I use this. There's a couple other products I have similar to this, but this one is just the one I really reach for, especially if I know that I want my brows to last like all day, then I'll definitely use that one. It is a little bit on the pricey side, but I honestly think it's so worth it. So next, on to the Daniel Sandler Watercolor Liquid Cheek Color. I also have the highlighter, so these are super liquidy, and you have to mix them because they do separate, and I'm very skeptical about these. Went viral on TikTok. They also have these tiny little sample bottles, so you can try them out before you commit to the large size, because there is quite a bit of product in here. So I'm going to show you swatches as I'm going through them. But I saw Michaela use these with actually like a more stippling brush with something like this. This one is from a brush set from ColourPop, unfortunately. But if you want to see this orange one in action, I did just post an orange blush video where I showed you how I applied this one. And these two together, perfect. Just so easy to use. I love this blush formula so much. Like really pigmented, really beautiful on the skin. I love the shades that I got, and this was really just such a surprise because I was very skeptical with the whole like watery thing, but they really just look so beautiful, and they're just like so fun to use. They can be a little bit messy. I do like to put it like on the back of my hand and then like swirl the brush in, so I do get like, you know, it's a little bit extra work, but it is so worth it. These are just so beautiful, and it is definitely something I would consider going back on their website and buying a couple of more of the other shades, because I love this one. This one was definitely like one of the blushes that stood out. There's some other blushes I've tried that really beautiful, but these really stood out because it was just like an aha moment when the first time I used them. The most standout lip products so far in 2022. I've tried quite a bit. I have definitely some favorites, but these ones just swept me off my feet. If you're ever ordering anything from ColourPop, please do yourself a favor, do me a favor, and throw one of these in the cart, because these are so comfortable, beautiful. I love the smell of them. I know not everybody loves the same smell, but these smell delicious to me. I look forward to using them. I actually already panned one of the shades. Thankfully, I had a backup of it. It was a shade Indulge Me, and I just love throwing this on like for Zoom meeting. It's just easy to throw on. They're pretty opaque. They have like a glossiness to it. They're really comfortable on the lips. They do not last forever, obviously, because of just like the texture and the way that they look, but they're definitely just one of my most favorite things. Like I really love all of these things here that I'm talking about in this video, but these are, I think, like my number one standout, and I'm definitely going to be buying these every time they come out with new shades, because I cannot get enough of these. I love these. I can't quite fully put my finger on what the smell is like. I think the closest thing I could think of is like butterscotch. They just smell so delicious and I want to eat them because they also look like they're edible. On to some eye products. So first I wanted to talk about some standout lashes that I've been trying. And these ones I bought right when they launched from Unearthly Cosmetics. And I bought pretty much all of them. Like I have pretty much all of them. There's a couple I've had to throw out now because I used them so many times. There is one style that I didn't end up using because it actually like seemed like a little bit too dramatic once I saw it. So let me just go through a couple of the styles that I really am enjoying. One of them is Visionary, Immortal, Intangible, and Boundless and Mystic. And I think there's one more. I'm gonna have to go and look on the website, but I need to repurchase some of these because they're like the lash bands are getting pretty bad. But these are so beautiful, so easy to put on. The lash band isn't too stiff, and there's just a really nice variety. There's definitely some that are a little bit more dramatic than others, but I just think that they look so beautiful even though I have hooded eyes. Like I just really like reach for these because I love some of these styles so much. So these are definitely going to be a repurchase. Really enjoying these. I hope that they come out with even more. You can see the different styles in my Instagram reels, photos, as well as I've been using them quite a bit throughout my eyeshadow tutorials, so you can see what some of those will look like on my eyes in those videos. I was contemplating doing a dedicated video and just like a try on, but I'm not sure if I have time for that. So let me know in the comments below if that's something you would be interested in seeing, and I will try to make it happen. All right, so on to the first eyeshadow product. This is a palette. And this is the Creepy Cute 2 palette from Shroud Cosmetics. And I've tried so many palettes at this point, and I just really wanted to be picky, like something that just really stood out for me so far that I've really been wanting to reach for, especially as of recently, just pairing these with all my different multi-chromes and special shades and shimmery shadows. And I just love the colors in here. They're nice and vibrant. I love the assortment, the variation in this specific palette, and this palette pairs greatly with their other palette, the original Creepy Cute, as well as just other palettes in general. Like, this is such a fun, cute little palette, especially for spring and summer. So I just throw something in the crease and all over the lid, and then put a shimmer on top to pair with it, and you're like all set to go. These are very pigmented, but also very buildable, and I just love this cute little palette. I love that it's also smaller than the original palette, so it's just really nice and compact, and just like a cute little bright, colorful palette you can bring anywhere. I've said this before, but Bitterlace Beauty has my most favorite highlighter formula of all time. I had originally bought the, I always forget, what is it, candy coated? What is it called? Yes, the candy coated highlighters, which is what these are up here with the little candy imprints in them. And then I have a dedicated video on their newer collection, which specifically I'm going to be talking about the diamond transformers, which are right here, which are the split pans. Again, I have a dedicated video. I think I put pretty much all of them on my cheeks. If not, I also did comparisons to the Kaleidoscope Glow, but these are just so stunning. They look wet on the cheek. They blend into the skin seamlessly. There's no weird like glitter particles or anything like that. They're super blingy, but also like soft. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just really hard to want to reach for anything else because they are just such standouts. But of course, it's going to depend on like what you're looking for. So like sometimes I might not want like a bright colorful highlight, then I will offer something else, but more times than not I do really want to reach for these. They're easy to use, they will blend into my skin, they won't accentuate any skin texture. I just cannot say enough great things about these. They're a little bit more on the expensive side. You get a large pan of them and they are special. I don't know if they're like exactly like multi-chrome shifty, because I know they advertise them as shifty, so they're definitely like duochromatic, but these are just so beautiful. The formula is spectacular. There's just a tiny bit of a variation formula, I think, between these three different lines that they have. So the Candy Coated, the Kaleidoscope Glow, and the Diamond Transformers. I think the Diamond Transformers are kind of like the blingiest. There's just something about the texture. I don't know like how to even describe it. It's just so specific to Bitterlace Beauty, and I have done some swatch comparisons among all these kinds of colorful highlighters, and there you can really see just like the texture of these is just a whole nother level. But anyways, so finally let's talk about some single eyeshadows. I try so many single eyeshadows, like a lot, so it's really hard to just pick because there's so many that are amazing. I think 90% of them are always really beautiful and amazing, especially from the brands that I absolutely love, which is like Terra, Clionadh, Devinah, like all those indie brands that are really well known. Just they always knock it out of the park. But these ones I think are very unique on the market and very, very exciting. And these are the Touch of Glam Beauty holographic eyeshadows, and specifically the ones that are shifty. I have a dedicated video on these. These are not even close to being similar to the hollow eyeshadows from Glam Shop. I believe they don't actually make those anymore. These are actually like shifty, and they are just so fun. Some of the shades are definitely more like shades that you could just throw a matte in the crease and one of these on the lid and just have such a beautiful, really fun look, where in different lighting you will get hit with the beautiful hollow effect. I've tried different holographic eyeshadows before that are also like multi-chromes or that are shifty, and they just really were super grayed out because of the hollow pigment. These are not like that. I specifically want to shout out a couple of the shades, which are Honey Hollow, Pink Hollow, Ghost Hollow, and the Lucid Lavender Hollow. I mean, that one is just legendary. What a combination. One of the most beautiful multi-chromes and hollow pigment together. So stunning. You do need like specific lighting to really bring out the hollow effect. So like direct lighting, sunlight, some like LED lighting, or just like indoor lighting, like in my kitchen and in the bathroom, I can really see the hollow there. But in this particular lighting, you can't really see hollows. I'm actually wearing hollows on my lids right now. This video is going up Monday for Multi-Chrome Monday, so stay tuned for that one. But these hollow shifty shadows from Touch of Glam Beauty are really just such a standout. They're really unique. There's no other shades like this out there on the market from other brands, and like I said, they're not grayed out and weird and just looking super dull on the lid. They're so stunning. I also did a reel with I think it was a Honey Hollow shade, and I just threw a brown shade in the crease, and it was just so beautiful for like a nice summer look. If you're going out somewhere, you're gonna be outside, you're gonna be in the sunlight, you're gonna be outdoors, like just a little fun little pop of hollow. You could pop these over other shadows just if you wanted that hollow effect to be brought out just for fun. I think these are just such a fun release so far in 2022, and I can't wait to see what Touch of Glam Beauty has in store for us next, because I feel like they're always innovating. They're always coming out with some beautiful shades and formulas. They have some stunning super foiled metallic multi-chromes from the Unnamed collection, as well as some flakier shadows from the Color Me Multi, and I have a bunch of videos up with Touch of Glam Beauty, and I'm going to be linking any relevant videos down in the description box. That's everything for this video. Those are all the products I wanted to talk about that I just have been enjoying so far in 2022. Let me know in the comments below which product is your favorite so far in 2022, and if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, I would love it if you subscribe. There's so much indie makeup content uploading my channel and much more to come. You don't want to miss out, so thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.